What's up YouTube, Trashy here, and we are back with a brand new Skull Cavern guide geared towards players that have just unlocked it and want to make the most out of it without instantly being knocked out by monsters, or players that simply want to start taking their Skull Cavern dives more seriously. I just want to say up top that this means that this guide does not involve setting up a jade farm with crystallariums and buying staircases, which can take a lot of time and preparation and also happens to involve a lot of iridium ore. No, my goal is that by the end of this video, you feel more confident and capable to do Skull Cavern runs in the early to mid game and get enough iridium ore to start the crystallarium farm of your dreams in the process. And hey, no matter what you do, never forget that there is no wrong way to play Stardew Valley. I don't think I even stepped foot inside the Skull Cavern until year 4 of my first playthrough, and let me tell you, it did not go well for me. But it was still fun, which is all that counts when you're playing a game. With that being said, let's get into it. So what is the Skull Cavern and why do we want to go there? The Skull Cavern is basically like the mines times a million. It has no elevator system at all and the monsters there are much tougher, but the stuff that you can find is much better and makes it incredibly worth it. Aside from huge amounts of iridium ore and prismatic shards, the Skull Cavern is home to plenty of good drops from crates such as lucky rings, and treasure rooms that give coveted rewards such as autopetters. You unlock access to it once you repair the bus stop and get to level 120 of the normal mines, and with a little preparation you can take the cavern on as soon as you unlock it and come out the other side with hundreds of iridium ore and other goodies. The main reason that the Skull Cavern is so difficult is the fact that there's no elevator, so you have to start all over again every time you return, which is why time is such an important factor. Making the most of literally every second of your day during Skull Cavern runs is key, alongside using daily luck and luck buffs to greatly increase your chances of finding staircases and holes. Now, it's all fair and dandy for me to give y'all a bunch of tips, edit them together and then say that they work, but I would also like to prove that a good run is attainable without min-maxing for staircases in this video. So I'm going to do a run following my own tips here and show the results at the end. When it comes to preparing for the Skull Cavern, there are some essential things that you are going to need in your inventory. You'll need a good weapon, preferably the Galaxy Sword or the Lava Katana. However, for the purposes of proving that you can take on the Skull Cavern at any stage, in this video I will be going in with the Obsidian Edge, the free sword that you get on level 90 of the mines. It's not ideal, but it'll get the job done. Next, you'll want to bring plenty of food. The choice on what to bring is yours. Cheese is a great option if you already have a bunch of cows in your farm, but I like to buy some salads from the saloon. I bought 25 salads for this run, which cost a total of 5,500 gold, and I will be keeping track of exactly what I spend in this run so you can see the total at the end. You're also going to want to bring as many bombs as you are willing to craft or buy. You can buy bombs from the dwarf trader for 1,000 gold each after donating all 5 dwarven scrolls to the museum and getting the dwarvish translation guide, or you can craft them at level 6 mining. In the same vein, you're going to want to bring a master slingshot, which you get for free on level 70 of the mines, and again, as much explosive ammo as you are willing to craft or buy. You can buy explosive ammo from the Adventurers Guild for 300 gold each, or craft it at level 8 combat. I decided to craft my bombs and ammo as they're pretty pricey, so I spent one in-game day grinding floors 60 to 65 of the mines for iron ore and coal by just leaving and resetting the floors every now and then. I used Monster Musk for more dust sprites while wearing a burglar's ring for extra coal drops. And keeping in mind that I have the miner profession for 1 extra ore, I got a total of 299 iron ore and 120 coal, with which I made 100 explosive ammo and 49 bombs. Luck and speed buffs are also necessary. The easiest luck buff to get is by trading rubies to the desert trader for spicy eels, and then you can buy some coffees from the saloon for your speed. I hoarded 3 rubies to trade, and then I bought 10 coffees from the saloon for 3,000 gold. You'll probably also want to bring your pickaxe, and while iridium is obviously the best choice for the Skull Cavern, I'll be going in with the more attainable gold pickaxe. However, you'll see that it's not really needed due to all the bombs that we're carrying. Make sure to hold on any geodes that you find and trade 3 of them with the desert trader for a desert warp totem, which is necessary for getting to the Skull Cavern first thing in the morning and making the most of your limited time. You can also bring your preferred rings of choice, however for this run I will be using a burglar's ring and an iridium band. Mostly because I forgot to check what rings I was wearing when I started. And lastly, I know I said we are not using the staircase method here, but you will want to bring 4 or 5 of them with you to skip infested floors or other bad situations that might arise. You can easily craft these with any leftover stone that you have lying around, and you'll be finding a lot of stone in the cavern itself, so you can also craft them as you go. Once you have all your items prepped, stash them in a chest beside your TV. Make sure to check your TV first thing every morning. When the fortune teller says that the spirits are very happy today, that's your time to go. The higher your luck, the higher your chances of finding staircases, which will lead to more iridium ore, plus you'll also have a higher chance of finding treasure rooms, which can reward you with autopetters. Once you've hit a good luck day and you don't have anything else planned that day, grab everything you stashed away in the chest and teleport to the desert ASAP. Now comes the fun part. So I'm going to show y'all a Skull Cavern run that I did using the items that I mentioned in the previous section so that you can see for yourself that it isn't actually that scary or intimidating, even if you do mess up a bunch like I do. So once I teleported to the desert, I drank my coffee, I ate my spicy eel, and then I just started blasting. And I wasted a bunch of ammo because there was already a staircase on that floor. Now, you're gonna see me take a lot of damage from my own bombs here, and that's perfectly normal. I'm just not very good. Again, I wasted some more bombs on this floor because there was a ladder right there, but we persevere. I recommend avoiding enemies as much as you possibly can and not getting hit by them like this, because engaging them just takes too much time away from iridium hunting. However, sometimes you kind of get cornered and you can't really do much about it, and it was about here in the run that I was already contemplating leaving because I seem to be cursed. But it gets better, trust me. I find my first hole of the run on the next floor, and it is only up from here. Well, down. You get my point. Now, for around the first 50 floors, you're going to want to prioritize finding ladders and holes as soon as possible, using your slingshot on rock clusters near walls and bombs for larger areas in the center of the room. If you encounter any infested floors, now is the time to use one of those staircases we brought along. Clearing them out would take way too much time, and time is a resource that we don't have much of. Now, after floor 50, I started to see a reliable amount of iridium nodes popping up here and there, so I slowed down my rhythm a little bit and took some time to look around the floors for more iridium nodes before moving on. At floor 52, I found my first treasure room with a very useful crystallarium in it, and from here I started finding a lot more holes and iridium nodes. I found a prismatic shard on floor 69, nice, and I started finding multiple iridium nodes per floor at this stage. On floor 72, I found another crystallarium in a chest, which is perfect for a budding jade farm, and here is when I paused to organize my inventory so I could see how much iridium I had so far. By 1 PM I had 39 iridium ore, which isn't very much, but the run was only really getting started here. Here is when I really started focusing on clearing the rooms of ore before going down to the next floor, finding more and more as I went. And on floor 85, I found my first autopetter of the run, which was incredibly unexpected. I keep going, racking up the iridium as I go, and every now and then enemies corner me and I'm forced to fight them off so I can keep going, but for the most part I avoid them altogether. Floor 90 here is usually a type of floor that I would use a staircase on, as spiral floors are annoying as hell, but this one happened to have some iridium and a staircase right at the entrance. Zooming through here, I pick up a bunch more iridium on my way to floor 100 and make it to over 100 iridium ore. Small side note, the next time anyone says that I'm good at Stardew Valley, just show them this clip. What even is that? Why am I like this? To make up for the fact that I can't hit a damn thing in this game, I reached floor 100 at around 5 PM and found yet another autopetter. 2 autopetters in one run with no luck buffs other than a good luck day and spicy eel is kind of wild. And I am so glad that it happened while I was recording this run for y'all, because I truly don't think that there is a better way to show you that you don't need to do anything insane to have a legendary Skull Cavern run. I almost died multiple times on this run. I did so much damage to myself with my own bombs. I definitely left some good items and ore behind, and by floor 107 I was all out of bombs. But I crafted some more using the iron and coal that I'd picked up so far, and I kept going. A small tip here while I speed through the cavern: the order that you keep your inventory bar in can be incredibly important. I like to keep my bombs in between my sword and my food so that I can keep bombing away and switch to attack or heal as needed, and a big mistake that I tend to make is hitting the sort button on my inventory mid-run and then losing track of my food, which isn't great. And now I'm going to let you enjoy some tippy tappy ASMR until I have something interesting to say. At floor 134, just after midnight, I finally started using my pickaxe because I was definitively out of bombs, and I mined my last node on floor 136 at 1 AM. Plenty of time to make it home. In total, I made it out with 359 iridium ore, 1 prismatic shard, 2 crystallariums, and 2 whole autopetters, which is absolutely insane. And I only had to use 1 staircase out of the 5 that I brought with me. 359 iridium ore is enough to make 71 iridium bars, which sells for 70,000 gold or 106,500 gold if you have the blacksmith profession. I'd say that more than covers the 8,500 gold, the time and the resources that we put into this run, right? No jade farm or overpowered sword needed, just a little time to collect some resources and a little spending money for food and coffee. It's as easy as that. Of course, with a jade farm and a myriad of other late game luck buffs, you can achieve over 1,000 iridium ore and a dozen prismatic shards in just one run if you wanted to. If this is something that you would be interested in, make sure to check out my late game Skull Cavern guide in the description below. Let me know in the comments if this guide was at all useful for you, if you enjoyed the video, and who your favorite Ninja Turtle is. And remember, not every run has to be perfect or give you a buttload of resources, and you also don't have to wait until good luck days if you don't want to. Play how you want. Just don't be tricked by the staircase propaganda. You don't need them to have a great run and to find all the resources you need. If you want to catch me outside of YouTube, I stream a bunch of games over on Twitch a few times a week. I am currently letting chat decide everything for me in a chaotic Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, and it's going. And I've also been playing some co-op Stardew Valley with my friend Azakaz, so stop by and say hi. We would love to see you there. Also, if you've watched this far into the video, yay, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And drop me a sub if you're not subscribed already. I'm assuming if you've watched this far into the video, you probably are. And for that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if not, why not? What am I doing wrong? No, I'm kidding. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!